Johnny Dollar.
This is Bert Larkin, International Casualty and Life.
Oh, hiya, Bert. How are you?
I'm afraid I have a bit of a problem, Dollar.
Yeah?
Yes, involving some $300,000.
Wow.
Will have to be distributed very shortly.
Oh, well, easy. Bert, just send me a check. Forget the whole thing.
You're testing, of course.
Oh, well, now, how could you say a thing like that? Well, what about this 300 G's? You expecting a policyholder to kick the bucket?
Exactly. Oh, though I wouldn't put it so crudely.
Oh, well, maybe expecting him to be knocked off, huh?
Oh, no. His name is Mr. William Makepeace Everly.
Yeah?
He lives out in the old Piney Woods section.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty well-to-do part of town.
Exactly. And Mr. Everly is quite wealthy.
Well, he'd have to have something to carry that big a policy.
Exactly. I've just learned from his doctor, Dr. Thatcher, that he has only a very short time to live.
Well, just what am I supposed to do about it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
All I know is that Mr. Everly wants you out to see him immediately. And beyond that,
Hey, Bert, there's something funny about this.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Dollar. But will you do it right away?
Sure, why not? But I wonder.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Get the really light refreshment.
Sociable.
This is where I talk, Kay. Get the really light refreshment. That's Pepsi-Cola, of course.
I just wanted to say be sociable, Charlie.
Of course, Kay. Be sociable. Have a Pepsi on the road or at home. It always refreshes without filling.
Charlie.
Pick up extra cartons now. Pepsi is so delicious it goes fast. That's why you should keep plenty of Pepsi on hand.
Oops. Maybe I'd better sing.
Be sure to say keep Pepsi handy.
Yes, Charlie. But the song says it sociably. Be sociable. Look smart. Keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable. Have a Pepsi.
What Kay means is, get plenty of Pepsi next time you shop.
Well, yes.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the International Casualty and Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the harried heiress matter. Expense account item 1, $4.85 for a tank full of gas, and I drove to the Everly address at the edge of Piney Woods. It was a beautiful old place in a setting of tall oaks and sycamore trees that spread protectively over and around the rather large frame house, with its slate roof, its cupolas and dormers and broad porches. Even before going in, I knew the inside was filled with heavy, overstuffed furniture and velvet draperies, gilded mirrors, that it had a kind of musty smell, perhaps a trace of camphor, and the parlor closed off except for very special occasions. It was that kind of place. In answer to my knock, I was met at the door by a man who looked anything but on his last legs.
Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, that's right.
Good. Come in, please.
Ah, thanks. But are you Mr.
I'm Dr. Thatcher. I'm the one who called your insurance company.
Oh, I see.
At Mr. Everly's request. Or I should say at his insistence. Come along, please. He's in his bedroom upstairs.
Yeah, sure.
I'm afraid he has only a few days to live, Mr. Dollar. Early yesterday, I notified his stepson, Alfred Harker, but I haven't been able to locate his niece, Nancy Everly. And that is what has him upset. That's why he wants to see you.
Oh?
They're his only living relatives, by the way.
Well, just what does he want me to do?
Well, suppose I let him tell you. Oh, and although he realizes he hasn't long to live, he has no idea how short his time really is.
All right.
Please bear that in mind when you talk to him.
Yes, sure.
And above all, try not to excite him. Now, in here, please.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Mr. Everly, I have brought Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Oh, isn't that nice? Well, sit down here beside my bed, Mr. Dollar. Let me tell you why I've sent for you.
Yes, certainly, sir.
Well, young Thatcher here doesn't really know what he's talking about, but he seems to think I have only a few months to live.
A few months?
Of course, I don't believe him. Mr. Dollar, I'll probably end up outliving both of you youngsters.
That's the spirit. Well, I hope you do, sir.
But he's given me something to think about. My estate.
What about it, sir?
I've willed everything to my niece, Nancy. And my insurance automatically goes to her in the will. Or did you tell him that, Thatcher?
I thought it better if you did.
Yes. Well, Dollar, it's not only because she's been kind and loving over the years, but, well, she's had gumption enough to stand on her own feet, rather than depend on me for a living.
Where is Nancy, Mr. Everly?
I don't know.
Well,
But I want you to find her, Mr. Dollar, and bring her here so that I can see her before I... Well, now, I still don't believe this young sawbones, but I...
Yes, I think I understand, sir. And she is your only heir, your only living relative?
I told you, Doc.
My only heir. And I want to be sure. I want you to be sure it stays that way.
Well, I'll do everything I can.
I want nothing to go to my stepson, Alfred Harker.
I see.
Idle, worthless, sponging off me all these years, even forging my name to checks to get my money now and then.
That kind, huh?
Yes. And if he finds out I'm leaving everything to her, there isn't anything he wouldn't do to...
Please, take it easy, Mr. Everly.
I'm all right.
Well, of course, Nancy realizes this about Alfred, doesn't she?
No. And that's why you must find her. Bring her to me.
I'll certainly try, sir.
Yes, you must.
Please, Mr. Everly,
and
now
if
you...
anything happens to me, you must protect her from him. You must. You...
Dollar, quickly, hand me that hypo there on the tray.
Yeah, sure, Doc. Here you are.
I was afraid he might get too wrought up over this. Oh. There now. Just relax, Mr. Everly. Relax.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, now he'll sleep for a while. I was afraid he might get too excited.
Yeah. And it sure looks like I got my work cut out for me.
I'm afraid so.
At least this Alfred Harker doesn't know that his stepfather's money, his insurance...
I'm afraid he does, though.
What's that?
I didn't realize...
Realize what?
But when I called him and told him Mr. Everly was
You
dying...
told him Nancy is the only heir?
Yes, and I shouldn't have.
Have you any idea at all where I might start looking for Nancy?
No, Dollar, I'm afraid not.
But if you don't know and the old man doesn't know, how do I... Oh, great.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
Have a Camel cigarette.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel. Have a Camel cigarette. Best tobacco makes the best smoke.
Have a Camel cigarette.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
If you're smoking more these days, but enjoying it less, change to Camels. The Camel blend of costly tobaccos has never been equaled for real smoking satisfaction. Have a real cigarette.
Have a Camel.
Start to really enjoy smoking again.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, look here, Doctor. If nobody knows where Nancy Everly is or how to find out where she
Dollar.
is... Yeah?
Mr. Everly's stepson, Alfred Harker, always kept close tabs on Nancy's
Oh,
whereabouts.
he would.
Well, what do you mean?
Sure, so that if anything happened to the old man, he could start sponging off of her. Now, look, it's
Yes?
important. Well, Mr. Everly said she doesn't know what a rotten character Al is.
That's true. Because of his sweetness and light attitude, Mr. Everly never told her.
Well, if he had, he wouldn't have to be so worried about what Alfred might try to do to her to get the estate.
Very true.
Unless I can get to Nancy first, she'll be a sitting duck for him.
If only I hadn't told Alfred he's not included in the
Well,
inheritance.
you didn't, that's that.
Yet, if Mr. Everly's will specifies that Nancy's to be the sole heir...
Oh, you never heard of a will being broken?
Well, yes.
Okay, where can I find Alfred?
Well, he lives in a rooming house on the other side of town. Yeah, I'll write the address down for you.
Yeah, do that.
And remember, Dollar, he's not only bad, but clever. So be careful. Here, remember that.
Sure.
You looking for that young Mr. Harker, mister?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, he ain't there. I'm the building super.
And where can I find him?
Don't ask me. All I know is he packed a couple of bags yesterday morning and left.
All right, look here. I'm a private investigator. My credentials.
Oh, say.
If you'll just let me get into Harker's apartment. Oh, here. Here, this 5-spot be of any use to you?
Oh, now, you know better than to ask that, young fella.
It was pretty obvious Al Harker had left in a hurry. The clothes he hadn't packed were strewn all over the place. But luck was with me. On a desk, I found an airline timetable. One of the flights to Los Angeles had a check mark beside it. More important, I found the address of Nancy Everly, an address in Philadelphia, PA. I drove to the airport and spent item 2, $12.55 on a plane to Philadelphia. Then item 3, $6.25 for a cab to Nancy's address. It was a neat little apartment in the section they call Upper Darby. But instead of finding Nancy there...
Why, no, Johnny Dollar. I'm Marianne Hooper.
Oh, yeah. Now, Miss Hooper...
But I know Nancy Everly from the office where we work together.
Where can I find her,
So
Mr.?
when she moved out of town, I agreed to take over the lease on this nice apartment. Won't you come in?
She moved out of town, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Oh, she was transferred. She was a copywriter, you know.
For whom? The name of the company you work for?
Hardin, Carmen, and Fisher.
Oh, yeah, the ad agency.
Mm-hmm. And they sent Nancy out to their Los Angeles office just a few weeks ago.
Then Alfred must have found that out.
Why don't you come in just a minute, Johnny? It's awful chilly out
Hey,
here.
listen, do you have her address in L.A.?
Well, no, but maybe at the office.
All right, okay, thanks. Thanks very
Johnny,
much.
has she done something wrong?
No, she hasn't.
What?
It was late, and I hadn't had any dinner, but I took a cab out to International Airport. That's another $6.25, and there, unfortunately, had plenty of time to eat before I could take the 1:30 a.m. plane for the West Coast. The meal is item 5, $3 even. Item 6, $161.60 plane fare to L.A. Item 7, another $6.25, taxi into the office of Hardin, Carmen, and Fisher, where I had to wait for the joint to open up. Then I talked to the receptionist.
No, Mr. Dollar, Nancy isn't here.
Oh, then I'll go out and grab some
she won't
breakfast.
Be in at all today.
Oh, when does she come in if you... What did you say?
I said she isn't coming in today.
Why not?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, then give me her address.
Yes, certainly. It's 1308 Pandora Avenue out in West Los Angeles.
Okay, thanks a lot. So Nancy was in L.A. Al Harker had come to L.A. And Al knew he'd get none of Mr. Everly's estate unless... Unless what? Oh, I hadn't the least idea. But I knew that he was clever, which meant there was no time to waste in getting hold of Nancy. Item 8, $3.50 for a cab to 1308 Pandora, and there from the landlord... Oh, believe me, this was the one I hadn't anticipated.
Oh, she lives here, all right, but she isn't here now.
Well,
she
do you have
left
any
on
idea?
a little trip a few hours ago.
Trip, did you say?
That's right. She and a real nice-looking young man.
Do you know his name, who he is?
No, I can't say that I do, but a real charming, nice.
Well, look, do you know where they went?
Man. Oh, I sure do.
Well, where?
She said they were going over to Las Vegas.
Vegas?
And you know something? I think they're going over there to get married.
Ouch.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips. It's not polite to smack your lips, but you can't help it with Fritos, corn chips. Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
That's right, Fritos corn chips. So crisp and light, there's contentment in every munch. Serve them at outdoor parties, as a snack or with dips. Fritos corn chips are so good with cold drinks, everyone will want to munch a bunch. Fritos have a flavor no other kind of chip can match.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
Fritos are golden chips of corn just made to munch. Keep Fritos corn chips on hand for the perfect warm weather between meal treat. Tuck a bag in every lunch, picnic or otherwise. Serve them with sandwiches, salads, all summer meals. Fritos corn chips are full of good, crisp, refreshing flavor. Fritos, Fritos corn chips.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
Now, back to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the harried heiress matter.
Expense account item 9, 70 cents for a phone call to Las Vegas, Nevada, to that well-known license bureau.
Johnny Dollar, the special investigator?
Yeah, that's right. Listen.
Well, sir, this is a real privilege talking to you this way.
Hey, listen, there's a young couple on the way over there to get married.
Happens all the time, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Especially here.
Yeah, now listen. Their names are Nancy Everly and Alfred Harker.
You want me to arrange something special for them to help them on their way?
No. Somehow you've got to keep them from getting married.
Well, now, unless you've got some legal reason, Johnny, some kind of court order or something.
By the time I went through that, they could be married and gone.
Yes, I guess that's true.
So, look, you got to stall them. Somehow you got to keep that pair waiting.
Well, now, Johnny, I'd certainly like to do you the favor.
And do it.
But unless I got some legal cause. You see, it works like
Well, look, just you stall them off until I get there. I'll make it worth your while.
Now, Johnny, that sounds like bribery.
All right, call it anything you like. Just hold them up until I can get over there to Vegas.
But on what excuse, Johnny?
Anything you can think of, but do it. I'm on my way. Alfred Harker's plan to get hold of the Everly fortune was all too obvious. All he had to do was marry Nancy, and he'd have it automatically. Item 10, $7.50 for a fast taxi out to Lockheed Air Terminal in Burbank. And how come we didn't pick up a lot of tickets for speeding along the way? I'll never know. That driver really earned his tip. Item 11, $200 even for a charter flight to Las Vegas. And I knew the kids had had plenty of time to get there ahead of me. Item 12, $1 for a cab into the license bureau.
And I'm sure honored to meet you, Johnny.
Yeah, and you say they've already been here and gone, huh?
Now, I tried to stall them here just as long as I could.
Oh, yeah.
But after a while, I'm afraid it got to be kind of obvious.
Okay.
But I tried all right.
Okay, here. Here, thanks. This is for your trouble.
Now, Johnny, I wouldn't think of
Now, look,
taking
I'll
that,
double it if you can
not
tell me
from
where...
You see, I'm a real fan of that radio program of yours that... Where they went from here to get married?
Yes.
Johnny, in this town, huh? Yeah, well, they left here on foot, so it must have been somewheres in the neighborhood.
Okay.
So, would you like a list of the places around here where they can, commit matrimony?
Yeah, let me have it, will you? Item 13 is the 10 spot I accidentally left on the counter for him. Then I started checking every place in the area, every person who could seal the bonds of matrimony. Churches, marriage chapels, justices of the peace, even ordinary-looking private homes that were on the list. Hey, you know something? A lot of weddings take place in Vegas. I almost got thrown out of a couple I barged in on, and then finally...
Why these two should not
excuse
be
me, folks.
united in holy matrimony. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Excuse me, please.
Now, just wait, young man. I'll take care of your wedding in just a minute.
Yeah, well, look...
Let us finish the ceremony, please.
Yes, of course. Now, do you, Alfred Harker, take this woman...
No, he doesn't.
I beg your pardon, young man.
Yes, what is this?
Who's this man, Alfred?
Well, I'm sure I don't know.
All right, now listen to me, Nancy, and listen to me very
Who are
carefully.
you?
The only reason Al Harker is rushing you into this marriage is to get his hands on your money.
What?
My money?
That's right.
Now, look
But
here.
you're wrong, because I have no money. That is, not enough.
Well, maybe not now, Nancy, but you will have within the next few days when your uncle dies.
Uncle Bill is dying?
Ask Alfred here. He knows it.
What in the world makes you think a thing like that?
Because Dr. Thatcher told you he is, and told me that he told you. William Everly's dying, all right, and you know it.
Alfred, why didn't you...
Quiet, darling. Just let me handle it.
And Al, you know something else that Nancy doesn't know. That Mr. Everly isn't leaving you 1 cent, that everything goes to her. So the quickest, surest way to get your hands on that estate is to marry her.
Now, look here.
Alfred, this isn't true, is it?
I can explain everything, Nancy.
Oh, I'm sure you could, Al. But you won't need to.
You just listen to me,
Now,
mister.
Nancy.
If what you say is true, why did Uncle Bill write to Alfred and beg him to marry me? That it's the one thing he's always hoped for.
Who told you that?
I saw the letter myself. Alfred showed it to me.
Oh, do you have that letter, Nancy?
Alfred?
Well, no, I threw it away.
Yeah, you would. So not to have any evidence lying around.
Evidence?
A forgery. Like the checks your darling Alfred forged over the years.
Alfred, no, that isn't true, is it, Alfred?
It's true, all right.
No.
Neither this man or anybody else is going to stop this wedding. Come here, Nancy.
Young man, now look, pulling that gun is about the most foolish thing you could possibly do, Alfred.
Is it?
Alfred, listen.
No, Nancy. Now let go of me.
Please, Alfred, listen to me.
Go, I say.
Just hang on to him, Nancy.
I'll kill you. Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nancy. Terribly sorry. Well, pulling his gun was a big mistake. Yeah, the people there in Vegas, the police, just don't go for that sort of thing. As for any charges the company may care to make against him, well, that's up to the legal department. The main thing is to keep him away from her permanently. Incidentally, I managed to get her home to see her uncle before he died. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, and for Nancy, too, of course, $76,425. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Hi, this is Dennis James with a longtime favorite. Yes, the longtime favorites are usually the best, aren't they? And one favorite folks have relied on over the years is Kellogg's All Brand. Since 1919, America's favorite natural laxative cereal. Kellogg's All Brand is the safe, gentle way to overcome irregularity caused by lack of bulk in your diet. It tastes good, too, and it never gets mushy in milk. There's only one All Brand, Kellogg's All Brand. So relieve constipation the way millions do with Kellogg's All Brand. ALL-BRAN. Yes, you're so right to stay regular with Kellogg's All Brand. Try it, okay? Okay.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Well, first, let me shout a word of welcome to the network, to station KFBK in Sacramento, California. Glad to have you with us. Next week, I'm called in to help a small company that's involved in the race to conquer outer space. And I'm sure you know there are plenty of people in this world who go to any lengths to put a crimp in this project. But in this case, the man behind all the trouble turns out to be a real surprise. The case I'll tell you about is called the Flask of Death Matter. And believe me, there's lots of excitement and suspense. So join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Gene Tatum, Lillian Baeff, Marvin Miller, Russell Thorson, Bart Robinson, Forrest Lewis, Sam Edwards, and Harry Bartell. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking. Suspense follows on the CBS radio network.
You know, Dooley, I've been reading up on hypnosis. Come here and let me try it on you.
I'm an officer of the law and don't approve of making a man divulge his secrets. However, I'll stand by in case there's criminology involved.
I just want to clear up some of his problems, Officer Suds.
I haven't got any problems. I'm the soul of contentment.
Maybe that's your trouble. You're too contented. Lie down, Dooley. You're going to sleep. I feel so good. He's under my influence. Now, little tyke, get up. Go straight to the beer of your choice.
Astounding. He's heading for Utica Club. 'Cause Utica Club will still take the trouble to age beer the natural way. Utica Club, you see.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Pat McCracken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Hi, Pat. What's on your mind?
Ever heard of A, B, and C?
Well, yeah, back in the first grade.
Oh, look, I'm not talking about the alphabet. I'm talking about an advertising agency.
Oh, well, what about it?
Well, the A stands for Appleton. Alfred Appleton, 55 years old, and Eastern Trust has his life insured for $100,000.
So?
It's annuity. It starts paying off at the age of 65, and we'd like to see him collect it. Looks like somebody else has different ideas.
What do you mean?
He thinks somebody's trying to kill him.
I see. You want me to run down to New York and talk to him?
He's up at his weekend place now, about 100 miles up the coast, overlooking the sea at Skeleton Point. You can talk to him there.
Skeleton Point? Now, that's a cheerful name.
I know. Johnny, make sure it stays just a name.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Eastern Trust and Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the 11 o'clock matter. Expense account item 1, $8.40, gas and mileage on my car to Skeleton Point through a drenching rainstorm. The Appleton home, perched high on a cliff at the edge of the sea, was an old weather-beaten affair, but right now it looked mighty good to me.
Yes?
Is this Mr. Appleton's house?
This is the Gregory house.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Appleton only leases this house.
Oh, I see. Well, is he at home? I believe he's expecting me.
You're Mr. Dollar?
Yes.
I'm Mrs. Gregory, the housekeeper. Come in.
Mrs. Gregory had a strong, determined face and dark, metallic, piercing eyes. She took my coat and pointed to a door across the entry hall. I was conscious of her eyes following me as I entered the library to find two men seated in front of an open fire.
Johnny Dollar?
Yes, sir.
I'm Al F. Appleton. This is my attorney, Grant Hillman.
Well, how are you, Mr. Dollar? Well, a little damp, Mr. Hillman.
Oh, yeah, here. Sit down to the fire, dry out.
Oh, thanks. Ooh, feels good.
And slightly warmer than the welcome the housekeeper gave you, I imagine.
Mrs. Gregory? Well, she did seem a little reserved.
She's a widow, owns his house. But I love the place, so... Anyway, I'm glad you came.
I understand there's been some sort of attempt on your life, Mr. Appleton.
Well...
Mr. Appleton has received several, crank notes lately. We thought it wise to take what precautions we could.
Have you notified the police, Mr. Hillman?
No, I vetoed the idea, Johnny.
Oh, why, Mr. Appleton?
I didn't want that kind of publicity right now. My advertising agency's right in the middle of landing a fat new account.
Your agency is A, B, and C.
That's right.
Who are B and C?
C is nobody. Tom Baker and I liked the idea of ABC, but we didn't have any other partners, so C just stands for company.
Oh, this Tom Baker is your only partner, then?
He was. There's some question as to whether he still is.
I don't follow you.
Al, I don't think there's any need to go into that now.
I guess you're right, Grant. Anyway, I don't want to accuse Tom of anything until I've had a chance to go over the books this weekend.
Al, did I hear someone at the door a moment?
This is Johnny Dollar, Laura. Mr. Dollar, my wife.
Oh, I see.
How do you do, Mr. Dollar?
Mrs. Appleton?
Dollar, the crank letters Al has been getting are up in my room. I'll bring them down.
Okay, Mr. Hellman.
You'll stay overnight with us, won't you, Johnny?
Now, haven't you imposed on Mr. Dollar enough, dear? Perhaps he has business back in the city.
Nonsense. And with that storm out there, I'll have Mrs. Gregory make a room for him.
Well, would you like a drink, Mr. Dollar?
No thanks. Mrs. Appleton, you seemed rather surprised when you saw me here.
Oh, did I?
Almost as though you were expecting someone else.
Someone else? Why, no, I wasn't expecting anyone in particular.
Well, perhaps I just... Wait, hold it.
What's the matter?
That flash of lightning, there's someone outside that window.
Oh, no, you must be wrong.
Stay right here. I grabbed my coat and went out into the storm. Because of the prowler, sure. But also because of Laura Appleton. Because she'd been staring at that same window, shaking her head quickly as though warning someone. But outside in the downpour and the mud, I could see no one, no footprints. Finally, I went back inside to the phone in the entry hall to call the local police. But the phone was dead. Maybe the storm had knocked down the lines. Yeah. Or maybe someone just wanted to make sure we'd have a nice, cozy weekend, undisturbed. And my hunch was, it might be too cozy for comfort.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband. Donald?
Yes, dear?
How much farther is it?
Oh, about 100 miles.
You're not getting sleepy, are you?
No, I'm all right. Now, you just close your eyes, honey, and take another nap. We'll be home soon.
Okay. You stay awake now?
Yeah, I will.
Oh, I still think we should have stopped at the hotel.
Every time sleepy time nasty hours away. Sleepy time That'll be enough of that.
Donald?
Huh?
Donald, are you awake? What happened?
No, nothing, Reba. It's all right. I guess I'm getting a little sleepy, that's all. I'm going to stop a while, take a little nap.
That's a good idea. So, what if we do get home later than we planned? At least we'll arrive in good health.
Yeah, you're so right. About 1,800 American drivers lose their lives each year because they fall asleep at the wheel. Well, I'm just not going to make it 1,801.
Are we parked far enough off the highway?
Oh, yeah, we're way off the road, honey. I'll just take a nap for about an hour. I'll be refreshed, and we'll be on our way again, huh?
All right, dear.
Sir, I'm not going to make it 1,801. And you're not going to make it 1,802 either.
Oh, that's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the 11 o'clock matter.
Did you see anybody outside, Mr. Dollar?
In that rain, Mr. Hillman, I couldn't see 10 feet in front of me.
Can you describe the face you saw at the window?
Well, it was more of a silhouette. I couldn't even tell if it was a man or a woman.
You sure you did see someone, Johnny?
Yes, reasonably sure, Mr. Appleton.
Come in.
Your partner is here, Mr. Appleton.
Tom Baker?
Hello, Al. I thought I'd surprise you. I tried to call you earlier, but your phone was out.
Well, this is a surprise. Well, I'd like you to meet Johnny Dollar.
Dollar?
Hi.
Tom, you're soaking wet.
My car hit a big puddle about half a mile down the road and quit on me. I had to walk the rest of the way.
Did you just now get here, Mr. Baker?
Yes, why?
Mr. Dollar thought he saw someone outside the window a few minutes ago.
Oh, no, I just now got here.
Well, I got some extra clothes up in my room that should fit you, Tom. Let's get you changed before you catch cold.
Thank you, Hellman.
Oh, look, this rain is getting all of us down. Why don't we live a little?
Huh?
Al, how about going down to the beach house, building a fire, playing some records, having some drinks, huh?
Yeah, it might be a good idea.
Where's the beach house?
Down near the bottom of the cliff with a beach. It's real nice.
But in this weather?
Oh, there's a stairway leading down.
Yes, why don't we go down there? I'm getting the creeps just sitting around here like this.
So we went down to the beach house. The rain had let up a little, but nobody seemed to feel much like a party. We just sat there in front of the fire, not saying much. Once or twice I thought I detected Laura Appleton and Tom Baker exchanging quick glances, but I couldn't be sure.
That's the intercom from the house, Al.
Oh, yeah. I'll get it. Yes? Oh, yes, Mr. Gregory. You can go on to bed. We won't be needing you anymore tonight.
You know, bed sounds like a good idea. Oh, it's almost 11 and I'm beat, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh, sure. Well, why don't we all...
Could we have our talk now?
Oh, okay, Tom, if you insist. Laura, why don't you fix us another drink?
All right, Al.
How about you, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, I'm with you, Hellman. Let's go on up to the house.
The rain has let up.
Yeah. Mr. Hillman, I didn't come with you because I was tired. I wanted to talk to you.
I thought as much.
Earlier this evening, Appleton said something about not wanting to accuse Baker of anything until he'd gone over the books this weekend. What did he mean?
Well, I'm not really sure, Mr. Dolan. All I know is that Al seems to think he may have found some irregularities in the books of his advertising agency.
Oh?
Well, if there is anything wrong, I blame myself partially.
How so?
Well, I manage most of Al's affairs, but the agency has been running so smoothly, at least so I thought, that, well...
I see.
That's going to change as of right now. I didn't come up to go to bed either. I'm going to work on those books. Ought to take me about an hour. Just about 11 now. Will you be up by midnight?
Yeah. I'd like to know what you find out.
Where's that light switch? I never could remember. Dollar.
What is it?
There's somebody else in here. Look out.
What?
Oh! Dollar!
I guess I was out only a few seconds because the clock was still striking when Hillman brought me to.
Dollar, are you all right?
What? Yeah, I guess so.
I grabbed at him, whoever he was, but he knocked me loose. By the time I got the lights on, he was gone. Oh. Lucky for you, he only stunned you momentarily.
Oh, brother. Hillman, did you see where he went?
Well, he didn't leave by this front door here, I'm sure of that.
Then he must be still in the house. We worked our way through the house room by room. Finally, 10 minutes later, we stood by an open window in a back room.
Well, there's our answer. He went out this window.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the matter?
What? Oh, Mrs. Gregory.
Yeah, Mr. Dollar was attacked by a prowler.
A prowler? What? That's terrible.
Where's the intercom to the beach house? We'd better tell Mr. Appleton.
Right there on the wall.
This button here?
Yes.
No answer. Come on, Hillman, let's get down there. We pounded out of the house and along the path to the edge of the cliff. Then we found her, Laura, standing at the top of the wooden stairway. One section of the railing was broken away. We looked over the cliff. There was a body lying on the rocks down below. It was Al Appleton. Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Do you know who said, democracy is based upon the conviction that there are extraordinary possibilities in ordinary people? Those words came from the American religious leader, Harry Emerson Fosdick. From the earliest days of the United States of America, there has been the sentiment that the average person can achieve an important goal if he is given an environment in which he can develop his capabilities to the fullest extent. an environment in which the individual is given the rights and privileges that he needs for development. It is the duty of every American to protect and stimulate this environment. Remember the words of Harry Emerson Fosdick. They are part of your American heritage. The extraordinary possibilities of ordinary people are inherent in American democracy.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the 11 o'clock matter.
We stood on the stairway at the top of the cliff looking down at Appleton's body on the rocks below. That is, Hillman and I did. Laura Appleton was in a state of shock, and we couldn't get much sense out of her. We had Mrs. Gregory take her back to the house, then Hillman and I got a flashlight and climbed down the rocks to Appleton's body.
Dead, Mr. Dollar. We'd better not move that body until the police get here.
Yeah. Let's see. His wristwatch stopped at 10 after 11. It's 11:30 now.
Right.
And because the clock was just striking 11 when I got hit over the head in the entry hall...
Yeah, so then we must have spent 10 or 15 minutes searching the house for that prowler.
Meantime, he or somebody else was shoving Appleton over the cliff.
Somebody else?
There were a couple of people with Appleton down at the beach house.
Laura and Tom Baker. I'd forgotten about Tom. Where is he?
Right now, Hillman, that's a very good question. We went back to the house. The phone was working now, so I put in a call to the local sheriff's office. But all the units were out on call. They'd send somebody as soon as they could. I started for Laura Appleton's room. Grant Hillman overtook me in the hall.
Dollar, I made a preliminary check of the agency records Appleton brought up here with him this weekend.
Did you find a shortage?
Yes, possibly as much as $50,000.
I see. Thanks, Hillman.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
Come in. Oh, Mr. Dollar. I'm feeling better now.
I'm sorry to bother you with questions, Mrs. Appleton, but I'm afraid I have no choice.
Yes, I understand.
I want you to tell me exactly what happened.
Well, I'll try. After you and Grant Hillman left the beach house, my husband and Tom Baker and I sat there a few minutes, and then Tom left.
I see.
Then, a couple of minutes later, somebody from the house called my husband on the intercom, so he left me.
What time was that?
Oh, a few minutes after 11, I guess.
Uh-huh. What happened then?
I sat there a few minutes longer. Then I just didn't feel like sitting there alone, so I started up the stairway. When I got to the top, I saw that the rail had been broken away. I looked over the edge.
Okay. Mrs. Appleton, why did Tom Baker come here this evening?
I don't know.
I think you do.
What?
You tried to warn him when I saw his face at the window earlier.
His face?
And the two of you kept exchanging glances all evening.
I know you're wrong.
Listen, Grant Hillman's in a position to know something about your husband's business affairs, isn't he?
Well, of course. Why?
Your husband suspected a shortage. Hillman confirmed it a few minutes ago after going over the records.
Oh, but surely you don't think that Tom Baker
Baker was your husband's partner. Maybe he came up here to try to square things with him. Was that it?
No. Oh, all right. Tom did come up here to talk to my husband.
What about?
I was going to ask for a divorce.
To marry Tom Baker?
Oh, I know it sounds sordid now after what's happened, but it wasn't that way at all. Tom and I wanted everything in the open. We wanted to tell Al. But I didn't realize that you and Grant were going to be here this weekend. That's why I tried to signal Tom not to come in.
Go on.
Down at the beach house, he wanted to talk to Al, but, well, I guess he couldn't bring himself to it. That's why he went for a walk.
And you haven't seen him since?
No. Oh, Mr. Dollar, I know my story doesn't sound very convincing, but if you're trying to suggest that either Tom or I killed my husband...
Yeah?
Dollar, could I see you a minute?
Oh, sure. I'll talk with you later, Mrs. Appleton. What is it, Hillman?
Tom Baker just walked in.
Baker?
Yes, I thought you'd want to talk to him.
I sure do. Well, look, Mrs. Appleton claims somebody called her husband at the beach house on the intercom a few minutes after 11. If so, that's what lured him up to the top of the stairway.
A few minutes after 11. Well, that's when you and I were searching the house.
We ended up at the intercom last, though. Somebody could have had time to make that call.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Mrs. Gregory was near that room when we got to it.
Yeah, I know. Why don't you question her, Hillman, while I see what I can get out of Baker?
$15, I didn't have anything to do with it.
I went for a walk on the beach. I didn't even know Appleton was dead until Grant Hillman told me a few minutes ago. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid we'll have to let the police decide that, Baker.
Sheriff Station, Maloney.
Hello, Johnny Dollar at the Appleton place. I'm still waiting for one of your units.
Oh, yeah, we're sorry, Mr. Dollar. We've had a lot of calls on account of the storm.
Well, you're not the man I talked to when I called before.
No, that was Harris. He went off duty at 1. He left me a message about your call, and we'll have somebody up there within 15 minutes.
Okay, thanks. That's funny.
Well, Mrs. Gregory denies making that call on the intercom, Dollar.
Huh? Oh, yeah, okay, Helen.
Well, what's the matter?
Something that sergeant said over the phone. Hey, wait a minute. What time have you got?
Why, 10 minutes of 1?
Yeah? That's what my watch says, too. But according to the sergeant, it was after 1. I checked the big clock in the entry hall and the one in the living room. They both agreed with my watch, 10 minutes of 1. I slipped outside, unlocked my car door, and looked at the clock on the dashboard. It read 10 after 1. When I felt a gun in my back, I realized I'd come up with the answer a little too late.
It's a pity, Dollar. I thought I had a foolproof idea, but I hadn't figured on your locking the car.
So it was you hit me over the head when the clock was striking 11. Who called Appleton at the beach house, lured him up the stairway, and shoved him over. Then came back and reset my watch and the clock so I'd hear it still chiming 11 when you brought me to. I thought I'd only been out a few seconds. Actually, it was 15 minutes.
Yes, but you're the only one who knows. Now get in the car. We're leaving.
I started to get in, then kicked at the car door behind me. It swung and knocked Hillman off balance. Before he could recover, I nailed it. Oh! By the time he came to, the sheriff's patrol had arrived. And Hillman, you know, he wasn't one bit happy to see them. Expense account item 2, $13 even. Transportation back home. Total expenses, $21.40. And a real bargain, if I do say so myself. Remarks? Hillman's motive was money, of course. It was he who'd taken the $50,000 from Appleton's agency. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Today's story was written by Robert Wright. Heard in our cast were Eleanor Audley, Paula Winslow, Larry Dobkin, Will Wright, Ben Wright, and Harry Bartell. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
Has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Johnny Dollar.
This is Mr. Ernest L. Whiteman, Providential Assurance Company.
Providential Assurance?
That's right. You've heard of us, of course.
No, sir, I can't say that I have. But what's on your mind, Mr. Whiteman?
Embezzlement.
Don't try it.
What?
Why would you get yourself into a lot of trouble?
I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to make it funny.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, now, if you care to look into this for us...
Sure, why not?
Then I suggest you come here to my office and I shall give you the details.
I take it there's a fee here in addition to my expenses?
If you recover the money, something over $200,000, you can practically name your own fee.
Great.
That is up to, say, $5,000.
On a $200,000 loss?
That's right.
Oh, well, then maybe I'd better figure on padding out my expense account.
Now, just a minute.
Oh, stop worrying, Mr. Whiteman.
But if you have any intention of
Just keep your shirt on. I'll be over to see you.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Talk about best-selling records. Here's a familiar tune about America's best-selling filter cigarette, Winston. Winston gives you real flavor, full, rich tobacco flavor. And you know, that's because only Winston has filter blend up front. Choice, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. No wonder Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should. Smoke Winston.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Providential Assurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Now, at this point, I don't know if it's the Home Office or not. Anyhow, following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Hand of Providential matter. For some reason or other, dealing with a new company usually spells trouble for me. But expense account item one, $1.25 for a taxi to the offices of Providential down in the square. When I say offices, I mean exactly two with a connecting door.
I'm very glad to see you, Mr. Dollar. I'm Ernest L. Whiteman.
Mr. Whiteman?
And this gentleman, Mr. Dollar...
I'm the man that had Ernie Whiteman send for you.
Yes, this is...
Name is Elwood Sprague, Dollar. I'm the owner of this business.
The sole owner, Mr. Sprague?
That's right, son. Providential Assurance is all mine, lock, stock, and barrel.
I see.
Made a lot of money in oil down in Texas. Couldn't find any way to spend it all, so I started this here. So what happens? All I get is more money out of it.
Yeah, well, Mr. Whiteman said something over the phone about an embezzlement.
Exactly. $200,000 that was
Go ahead and tell them all about it, Ernie, my boy. Tell them how it happened.
Well, you see, Mr. Dollar, immediate public acceptance of our company is largely due to the
what
fact
he
that...
means, Dollar, is the reason we sell so many policies is on account of we always pay off any claims real prompt in cash and hard, cold cash.
Exactly. And for that reason
Never question a claim. Just pay it off in cash. That's what we promise, and that's what we do.
And for that reason, Mr. Dollar...
That's why so many people who can't afford much insurance come to us.
Yes, but as a result...
So what happens? Instead of a nice tax loss, there ain't enough claims to fill your hat. All we make is profit.
You mean you've hoped to lose money in this business?
Tax loss, Mr. Dollar. You ever have to pay the taxes on profits from a couple of hundred producing oil wells?
Hardly. But now, Mr. Whiteman, about this embezzlement.
As I started to say, paying off in cash as we do...
That's right. Means keeping a lot of cash on hand.
Oh? Then this embezzlement was of your own money?
Exactly. The money was stolen from us.
You kept that kind of money here in a safe or something?
Well, wouldn't keep it laying around on the floor, would you?
Well, have you any idea who might have taken it?
We most certainly have.
Sure. It was Hauser. Tom Hauser. The only one besides Whitey had the combination to the safe.
He also kept the books, Mr. Dollar.
Well, didn't you check his books periodically?
Oh, of course I did. But when I discovered the loss this morning, I also discovered he'd been juggling the accounts.
Well, how long ago did this Tom Hauser work here?
Up until yesterday.
As I told Mr. Sprague, I informed Hauser last night that I planned to check the cash as well as the books this morning.
So what happens? This morning he's gone, and so is the money. Well, Dollar?
When you ask me, this sounds like the most loosely run insurance company.
Mr. Dollar.
How you ever managed to get a license from the insurance commission?
Well, now, that license is something we ain't bothered with yet.
You what?
We gotta make sure we got a business first, don't we?
Are you kidding? Do you realize what the commission will do when they find out about this?
Don't give it a thought, son.
To say nothing of the police?
Your job is to catch that Tom
Now,
Hauser.
look here, Mr. Sprague.
Then, if the insurance commission or the government or anybody says we're doing wrong...
And you can bet they will.
Why, then I'll pay up and get out of this business.
Believe me, it'll cost you a lot more than this $200,000.
Well, sure, maybe a couple million. It'll make a nice tax loss.
Yeah, and you'll probably end up in jail.
Well, now, you let me worry about that. Your job is to get this embezzler. And don't forget, we're paying you $5,000 to do it.
Look, you say it may cost you millions to get out of this mess.
That's right.
And yet you're worried about a couple of $100,000?
Well, now, that's different.
Huh?
That was stolen, son. That was illegal.
Trying to make sense with this man was like trying to reason with a hitching post. I told him I didn't want the case and that I could understand why he'd hesitate about calling in the police. Sure, they'd probably start asking questions. With the only answers he could give them, he'd really be in trouble. I told him that my only duty, as far as I could see, was to notify the commission of this whole operation.
Sure, son. If your conscience hurts you, go ahead, notify him. After you got this money back first.
After?
Well, I don't know much about investigation, but seems to me that with him gone only a few hours, well, if I was you, I wouldn't be wasting any time.
You got a point there.
Sure. And don't you forget that $5,000 that's waiting for you when you bring that money back.
Well, I ask you, what would you have done? And with a fee of $5,000 dangling in front of your eyes? Yeah, that's what I did. I took the case.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Higginbotham here. We will now commence our lesson in stereophonic reproduction. Listen to the call of the spotted bill snicker on ordinary stereo. Now then, on a Columbia Stereo 1 phonograph. Obvious difference, what? The Columbia stereophonic system really causes all others to blush, for it is not composed of just a few separated speakers. Columbia is the originator and exclusive purveyor of stereo projection. Only Columbia fills every inch of a room with real, lifelike sound. Now, when I was bird watching with the Duchess of... But let that pass. You simply must hear the Stereo 1 phonograph by Columbia. Ask your Columbia phonograph dealer for a demonstration. And, chaps, portables are priced as low as $39.95. Consoles commence at $129.95. Lost that bird.
And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Hand of Providential Matters.
Hoping the insurance commission wouldn't hang me if they ever found out I'd taken an assignment from this outfit, I decided to check the last known whereabouts of the embezzler, the bookkeeper who'd stolen some $200,000 from them. After getting his description and his address for Mr. Sprague, I spent item two, $1.85, for a taxi to a dingy rooming house on the north side of town. At the front door, I was met by a frowsy old maid wearing a rather slovenly blue housecoat. She looked like she'd just gotten out of bed, and her stringy black hair was up in paper curlers.
Special investigator, huh?
That's right. Here, my credentials.
Johnny Dollar, freelance. Well, Mr. Tom Hauser ain't here right now.
I know. Have you any idea where he might be?
I seen him leaving bag and baggage late last night. Guess he's gone on a trip somewheres. I was sitting by the front window having a can of beer before I went to bed, and I seen him get in his car and drive off.
Yeah, well, just let me have the key to his room.
Are you sure that's all right unless you got some kind of a warrant?
Yeah, I'm sure. The key, please.
Well, Ain't had a chance to clean his room up yet today.
Don't do it. Don't touch a thing of his until I tell you to.
Oh, well, now look, dearie.
Just let me have the key. And here's a 5-spot for your trouble.
Oh. Well, now, you're what I'd call a real gent. And here's the key. It's the first apartment on the right, top of the stairs.
Yeah, thanks.
Something wrong, Mr. Dollar? Did Miss Hauser do something he oughtn't have done?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Hey, I had to come back here, pick up my stuff.
So he isn't here.
Yeah, don't worry about the split. I'll meet you like I said. Yeah, then we'll take care of it. All right. I'm leaving it right away. Neither Johnny Dolan or anybody else will ever... Hey, what? Well, if he does, I'll be ready for him. So come on now, hang up. Let me get out of here. Stop worrying, pal. I can take care of him and anybody else.
Quietly as possible, I slipped the key into the door. I had some difficulty turning it, but finally heard the lock slip. Then I started slowly turning the knob. And then, well, I'm not quite sure exactly what did happen, except the door was suddenly pulled open so quickly that...
Okay, baby. Oh!
Hey, you want some more? What's the idea hanging around outside? Wait a minute. You must be Dollar. Yeah, Johnny Dollar. Then, baby, I'm gonna make sure you never get up again. Never! Never!
Out of this bottle. Just leave that wet rag laying there on your forehead. It'll make you feel better.
What do you... Oh, holy...
Yeah. You just stay there on the floor until you feel better.
Where'd he go?
Oh, dearie. Who done this to you?
You didn't you see him?
I heard a big noise up here, and when I run up the stairs, he must have heard me and run away. And you was just a-laying here bleeding this way.
That window. What's outside that window?
Only the fire escape. Look, dearie.
Yeah?
Busted table lamp. This must have been what...
Don't touch it.
What?
No, I'll wrap it in my handkerchief and...
But who could have come here and done this to you? I can't imagine.
Well, I can. Tom Hauser. Item 3, $1.20 for a cab to police headquarters. Anybody but Sergeant Ed Wilson would have asked a lot of questions that I didn't feel like answering. Ed simply took the lamp, told one of the boys in the lab to check, and if he found any prints on it, to classify them, then send a teletype to Washington. Item 4, $1 even for a cab to my apartment. After a long, cool shower, I felt somewhat better. I just got back into my clothes when the phone rang. Johnny Dollar.
Ed Wilson, Johnny. Those prints on that lamp.
Yeah, Ed.
Thomas Harker, alias Tim Hosker, alias Tommy Hauser, alias just about everything else you can think of. Johnny, that boy is one of the 10 most wanted.
No kidding.
And for everything from safe-cracking to murder. You got any kind of a lead on him?
Only that rooming house where he slugged me.
Then he may be 100 miles away by now.
I wouldn't bank on it. So, Ed.
Yeah?
You'd better put out that good old dragnet.
Oh, don't worry, Johnny. But listen, just remember one thing about him.
Like what?
If that boy thinks you recognize
I didn't
him,
even get a look at him.
maybe he doesn't know that. And if he finds out he didn't kill you, Johnny,
Well?
he'll be back to finish the job.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Here's Hollywood star Mona Freeman.
Who feels like acting with a miserable cold? I relieve cold distress the fast way with 4-way cold tablets.
Yes, tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. Amazing 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains and headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When a cold strikes, do what I do. Take 4-way cold tablets. It's the fast way to relieve nasty cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way, only 29 cents.
Now, here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. Does dandruff dull your hair, leave scalp itchy? Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo and get rid of unsightly dandruff in 3 minutes. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep embarrassing dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair, rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch, unsightly dandruff's gone. Fitch can also leave your hair up to 35% brighter. Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, Ed.
Ed, this is Pat McCracken, Johnny, at Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Oh, sorry, Pat. I thought it was Ed Wilson again.
Sergeant Wilson of police headquarters?
Yeah, and listen, I'm in kind of a hurry.
Oh, then I won't hold you. I was just hoping you'd have time to look into what appears to be a phony insurance company for us.
What? Keep talking.
But if you're already working on a
No, just go on with what you were saying, Pat.
Well, we got a complaint about some new company here in town that we'd never heard of. Seems they're stalling on the payment of a small claim.
Yeah, sure. In spite of their pledge to pay off promptly and without question.
Yeah.
Also to pay off in cold cash.
Yes, that's right.
Providential Assurance Company.
Well, what do you know about them? Johnny?
Oh, I'm working on a case for them.
Oh, no. Oh, Johnny, don't. I telephoned the commission, to find out who they are and
Yeah,
where
the
they are.
commission never heard of them.
Exactly. So if I were you, until we can find out whether they're a legitimate outfit, Johnny, I wouldn't touch them.
Hey, tell me, Pat, what'll the commission do?
But they've notified them by mail. They're sending over a committee to investigate, to look at the books and so on.
When?
First of the week, Monday or Tuesday. Why?
Maybe too late.
What?
If that outfit's what I think it is, and if I can do what I think I can.
Johnny.
Well, if I can't collect my fee and expenses from them, maybe I'll send a bill on to you.
What?
After all, I may be doing the whole insurance business a great and glorious service.
Johnny, what are you talking about?
That is, if I don't get killed first.
Listen, Johnny.
I'll see you later. And now the question is, but wait a minute. If Providential is what I think it is, where does Tommy House's theft of $200,000 come in? If he was working for them. Well, why did they call me in? Johnny Dollar. Hello.
This here is Elwood Sprague.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Sprague.
I wasn't sure I'd find you in.
Yeah, I think I can understand that. Or maybe you weren't sure you'd find me around at all anymore.
No, listen, don't get me wrong, Dollar. I want to see you. I got to see you right now.
Yeah, why not? They're at your office?
No.
Well?
My room, here at Guilford. And you'll come alone?
Are you alone, Mr. Sprague?
Yes, Mr. Dollar. Will you come right away?
Yeah, as soon as I can.
Thank you.
That's funny. If he wants to see me, if he is alone. Or is this some kind of a trap? No, there was absolute sincerity in his voice. I was sure of it. Yeah, and there was something else, too. Fear. Maybe that was it, fear. Hello?
Johnny, listen, you said you'd been working with the police.
So?
Well, I knew I'd never get anything out of you, so I called them. Listen, if this Elwood Sprague of Providential has anything to do with the beating you took, has he?
Pat, I'm on my way over to see Sprague right now.
Well, I tried calling Providential. He isn't there.
I know.
But if he and that gangster, that Tommy House...
Sorry, Pat, he's waiting for me over at the Guilford.
Johnny...
There was no time to waste. Maybe Hauser was still gunning for me, but if so, well, maybe I wasn't the only one. Item 5, a couple of bucks for a cab to the Guilford Hotel. And there in his room, I found a very different Elwood Sprague than I talked to earlier. And the story that he slowly, nervously unfolded proved to be very interesting.
So maybe I didn't ever make no oil fortune there in Texas. It ain't so easy down there as you might think. But I learned to use my wits and my brains to get along by outsmarting the next man. You see what I mean, Mr. Dollar?
Then those 200 oil wells you were talking about...
Well, it made a good line. It fooled you, didn't it? It even fooled Ernie Whiteman for a while. That's what gave him the idea.
The idea for what, Mr. Sprague?
Well, me to front for this insurance racket. Collect a lot of premiums and then we'd skip town.
Right in the heart of the insurance industry?
Always harder to pick out a bad apple in the barrel for, ain't it?
Oh, brother. So what happened?
That Ernie's a salesman, Johnny. When he got started on the country people around here, the money come rolling in. And when somebody made a claim, we stalled him on it.
How long did you think you could get away with this?
Until the commission got wise to us. Then we'd move out.
The commission was planning to investigate you next week.
I know. Only by that time we'd be out of here.
You and Whiteman and this Tommy Hauser.
Hauser. Ernie brought him in. He said because he had a record, the police would know about him, so he would take the rap if anything went wrong. But then he walks out with all the money last night.
And then you sent for me. Why?
Because Ernie and me go after Hauser, he might have killed us. Ernie didn't want to send for you, but I made him. I held a gun on him.
Oh, real nice people.
Because maybe Hauser didn't know you. Maybe you could nab him and get the money for us. So what if you did get wise to us? What if we should have to cut you in to keep you from blabbing to the law?
You rotten... Do you think everybody in this world is a crook?
Well, at least it was better than leaving Hauser get away with all of it.
It looks to me like he has so far.
But Johnny, now listen.
Oh, I'm listening.
Now Ernie didn't know it. But I heard him on the phone. He was talking to Hauser. He was double-crossing me. They're meeting somewhere to split the money.
Yeah? Well, what else could you expect?
Now listen, Johnny. Then they're coming over here to kill me so that I can't talk, you see. That's when I phoned you to come over here.
And you think for 1 minute I'm going to stick my neck out to save that lousy hide of yours?
Oh, you got to, Johnny. You got to.
All I got to do is turn you over to the police.
The police?
Or would you rather just sit here and wait for Hauser and Whiteman? Well?
Oh, all right, Johnny.
All right, come on. At least it may keep you from getting shot, which is better than you deserve it. Well?
Ernie.
Back inside, please.
Ernie,
Both of you.
That gun.
That's right. The one that killed Hauser when he tried to hold out on me. The one that's going to kill you, Elwood, for what I heard just now through this door.
Oh, no, Ernie, please. Johnny.
And of course that means you'll have to go with him, Dollar. Now get inside that room.
Pat,
Both of you.
I kind of thought you might be coming over here.
What are you talking about?
After I told you where I was headed. You too, Sergeant.
Sergeant. The police.
That's right. So you'd better drop
Look
that.
out! You think you're going
Well, Johnny?
Thanks, Ed. You too, Pat. Oh, and Ed.
Yeah, Johnny.
Maybe you'd better put a pair of cuffs on Mr. Sprague here. You know, to keep him out of any more trouble.
Oh, I'll go along peaceful.
So the big fat fee that was promised doesn't get paid to me after all. And I'm sure I may as well forget the expense account for a change. But you know something? It doesn't matter. Because the important thing was to have had some small part in wiping out this dirty racket. Me? I feel good. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Constipation is something people don't talk about much, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, as close to natural acting as possible, and a medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is gentle. Next morning, it gives you the closest thing to natural action. And that's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight. Is X-Lax in your medicine cabinet?
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a man who uses government help to promote his one-man crime wave. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Edgar Barrier, Junius Matthews, Jerry Hausner, and Lawrence Dobkin. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking.
Next, the nerve-tingling progress of a man hurled into space from Suspense on the CBS Radio Network.
Citizens of Troy, this is Neil Kelleher, the Republican candidate for mayor of Troy. I'm taking this brief opportunity to tell you that a Republican city administration will restore garbage collection and disposal to an efficient level. The Democratic administration, having burned out the municipal incinerator, has now returned to the ancient system of garbage and refuse disposal by depositing it on an open dump. I shall take steps immediately to restore the incinerator and eliminate the threat of stench and smog that will surely be blanketing the northern section of our city as soon as the refuse piles get deep enough and the underground fires begin to burn. I intend also to eliminate the noisy collection of garbage in residential areas in the middle of the night so that Trojans can get their sleep. If you approve of the foregoing proposal, May I suggest that you can assure its becoming a reality by voting Row A all the way, Election Day. Thank you.
Johnny Dollar.
How are you, Ralph?
Well, at the moment, not too happy. One of our clients, a pretty important one, is a man named Bertram Haskell. He owns a small copper mine up near Houghton, Michigan.
Where's that?
Up in the Keweenaw Peninsula, where it sticks out into the middle of Lake Superior.
So what's happened to Bertram Haskell?
Nothing. It's one of his colleagues, a man by the name of Oliver, Ben Oliver.
Well, what's happened to him?
Ben Oliver's been murdered.
I see.
Haskell demands that you be sent up there to find out who did it.
Why? What's the matter with the police?
I don't know. All I know is that he wants you up there, now, right away.
Well, as long as you're going to pay the freight.
Of course. Because we don't dare take a chance of losing Haskell's considerable insurance business. In other words, Johnny, it's because of Haskell rather than the small policy on Ben Oliver.
Oh, he was insured too?
15,000 straight life.
Who's the beneficiary?
His wife, but that's beside the point.
Is it?
The point is to satisfy Bertram Haskell, and thereby keep his account.
Okay, Ralph, I'll see what I can do for you.
Johnny.
Yeah?
That's pretty rough country up there.
So?
The same thing may apply to some of the people you'll run into.
Especially the killer, huh?
Yeah, so be careful, Johnny.
Sure.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
And listen, since Fritos corn chips are fresh as spring itself, well, it seemed appropriate to give you a springtime gift. So Fritos have attached a free package of flower seeds on their large bags as their salute to spring. Now, there's nothing for you to mail in. Just buy a large bag of Fritos. And there, right on the bag, is your free package of flower seeds. They're the finest seeds you could get anywhere. Genuine burpee seeds. And there are 3 varieties. Beautiful zinnias, snapdragons, or petunias. Get yours while they last. Free flower seeds on the large bags of Fritos corn chips.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips. It's not polite to smack your lips, but you can't help it with Fritos corn chips. Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
And now, Act 1 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Continental Insurance Company, Chicago office. The following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Deep Down matter. Expense account item 16185 for a plane to Chicago, then a flight to Houghton, Michigan, far up on the Keweenaw Peninsula. It was mid-afternoon when I climbed off the plane and spent item 2, $50 deposit on a rental car. I got a highway map and directions to the Haskell mine, then headed north on Route 41. Along the way, I passed all sorts and sizes of workings, including the famous Quincy mine. It's supposed to have the largest hoist in the world. At the little town of Phoenix, I turned south and east on the side road that obviously was used for a lot of heavy trucking, and I finally arrived at the camp. I guess you'd call it that, surrounding the Haskell mine. There were 7 or 8 weather-beaten frame houses, a large barracks-like building, one fairly nice-looking brick home, a service building, tool shed, and garages. Bang in the middle of everything was a big hole in the ground. Above it, a hoist, looking somewhat like a heavy wooden oil derrick with a big wheel on top of it. A group of men stood around wearing shock helmets. As for finding the office, well, all I really had to do was follow the sound of what happened to be Mr. Haskell's booming voice.
Bastard idiot. Having any respect for the dead? You try moving Mrs. Oliver out of that house of hers and I'll break your neck.
But don't you want to stand up?
Don't you realize that Ben Oliver had more to do with the success of this mine than anybody else, than even I had?
Well, sure, I know.
Oh, get on over there and apologize to her. You need some new quarters for some of those new men. Get hold of some carpenters and build them. Now go on, get over there and apologize to her. Well, who are you? What do you want?
Mr. Haskell?
That's right. Well?
My name is Dollar.
Dollar? Johnny Dollar?
That's right.
Well, why didn't you say so? I'm glad you got here, Dollar. You've got to clear this thing up. See that justice is done. Now, come in. Come into the office so I can tell you what's happened around here.
Yeah, sure.
Believe me, I won't sleep. I won't rest until whoever... Well, sit down.
Thanks.
Dollar, Ben Oliver and I have been working over this country together for years. Ben's brains and my money. Ben picked the spot for this mine.
So I understand.
Dollar, I've made and I'm still making a fortune out of it, in spite of the fact it's a small operation.
And Ben Oliver?
Ben. I tried for years to make him my partner so that he could fully share in this thing. But he wouldn't have it. Pure scientist, Ben was. No real interest in money. So the best I could do was promise him a fat royalty for the rest of his life. But I never dreamed his life would come to an end so soon.
What happened, Mr. Haskell?
He was murdered down in the third sub-level of the mine. In a stope we discontinued working for a while because of some exploration he was doing in it.
And you've no idea who or why, Mr. Haskell?
If I or the police could find any possible reason for Ben's being killed, we might be able to pin it on one of them, the man who did it.
You say...
But as it is, we haven't even reason to lock up those men who could have done it.
You say the man.
Well, under the circumstances, it had to be one of the miners. One of the 6 who were on their way down the shaft in one of the ore cars. And yet...
Well?
I said under the circumstances. But under the circumstances, not one of those 6 could have done it without the knowledge of the others.
Well, now, how do you mean that?
A single, carefully aimed shot, Dollar, from some distance away, 15, 20 feet.
Yeah?
Struck him in the back, went directly into his heart. Just one shot, but it must have been carefully aimed. But...
Well, go on.
That shot was made in utter and complete darkness.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
I know. Impossible. Utterly impossible. But that's the way it happened.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston gives you real flavorful, rich tobacco flavor. Winston's easy drawing too. The flavor comes right through to you. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
A modern filter? Sure, Winston has it. But that's only the beginning of a Winston. Up front, up where it really counts, Winston packs exclusive filter blend. Light, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. Filter blend. That's why it's fun to smoke Winston, America's best-selling filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Deep Down Matter.
Look here, Dollar, on the wall, a diagram of the mine.
You, better explain that in one-syllable words, Mr. Haskell. I'm afraid I don't know very much about a copper mine.
Well, here's the main shaft where it goes down into the ground at a slight angle.
Yeah?
It goes down along one side for the most part, one side of the main ore body.
That's under that big hoist I saw outside.
That's right, yes. The hoist, by means of a continuously running cable, works the ore cars up and down.
Like buckets on a conveyor belt.
Only they're detachable from the cable in order to fill them at the various levels, then bring them up and dump them at the surface.
Now, just exactly where was Ben Oliver killed?
321 feet below the surface, on the third sub-level, in what you might call a big room or cave down there. And remember, Dollar, Ben was shot in the dark.
No lights down there?
Ordinarily, yes. Plenty of them, all over.
You better tell me exactly what happened, Mr. Haskell.
Oh, better still. I'll take you down there, let you see things for yourself. And you'll see why it was quite impossible.
Yeah, we'll see.
The last shift has just come out of the mine, so we'll have it to ourselves.
Whatever you say.
You'll say you'd better wear one of these shock helmets and these gloves.
Okay.
And keep your top coat on. You'll find it cold down there.
Right. Riding that ore car down into the bowels of the earth was something I won't very soon forget. It jerked and shook and shuddered its way down the narrow tracks. The noise was deafening, and there was something eerie, something frightening about it as we plunged on downward. Picture yourself aboard a slow-moving, noisy roller coaster going almost straight down into utter blackness, and you'll have some idea of what I mean. Blackness, that is, except for the various levels we passed. All of them were strung with glaring electric lights, and I could see great caves, I believe you call them stopes, where the miners had cut away the ore.
Here we are, Dollar, the third sub-level. There it is, Dollar. Stope where Ben was killed.
This big cavern in front of us?
Yeah. He was apparently chipping away some samples of rock there at the side with his back to this shaft.
Well, now, wait. You said it was dark in here when it happened. But there's enough light in here now.
Ben was checking some of this ore for uranium.
Uranium? This country?
We've kept it secret. That is the possibility of it.
I see. Well, go on.
Well, he sent a message up to me asking me to get his scintillator, a Geiger counter, and so on. I picked them up at his home and brought them down here with the men, the 6 men I mentioned.
And?
As we reached this level, as I was about to disengage the car from the cable, the lights here suddenly went out. I stopped the car in its noisy fashion, and then, after a minute or so, one of the men struck a match. Dollar, do you see this light switch? We found somebody pulled it.
One of the men aboard the ore car.
It had to be. Anyhow, I turned it on. We had light again. And there at the side, 15 or 20 feet away from us, lay the body of Ben Oliver.
Did you hear the shot?
Above the noise of stopping the car? What's more,
Did anyone see the muzzle flash?
No. You see, the weapon was a powerful air gun, a pistol of foreign make. We later found it at the bottom of the shaft.
Fingerprints?
No. The men were all wearing heavy leather gloves.
Well, did any of them actually see Oliver here before the lights were cut off?
I saw him.
And it all happened in the few seconds between the time the lights went out, you stopped the ore car and put them on again.
In total darkness, one of those men was able to fire accurately, the shot that killed him.
No sign of a flashlight, anything like that?
No.
And I see what you mean about it being impossible.
Nevertheless, it was done, and by one of the men aboard the car. And that's why I sent for you, Dollar, in the hope that you somehow can bring the killer to justice. Well?
Well, from here, Mr. Haskell, it looks like you've handed me a pretty large order.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment.
Welcome, recording star Mel Torme.
It's terrible trying to sing with a bad cold. So I always take 4-way cold tablets to relieve cold miseries fast.
Good idea. Tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When you catch cold, try my way. Take 4-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way, only 29 cents.
Now a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. To get rid of embarrassing dandruff in 3 minutes, change to Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair. Rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch and embarrassing dandruff's gone. At the same time, Fitch can brighten hair up to 35%. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I told Haskell I'd take on the case only if he'd let no one know why I was there at his copper mine. I parked my bags in the guest room of his house, apparently lived alone there. During dinner, he told me more about Ben, about their close relationship, about Oliver's hope of finding enough good uranium ore to make the mining of it practical.
However, in spite of his optimism, Dollar, I'm afraid it was all just wishful thinking on Ben's part.
Well, certainly worth some further exploration, though, isn't it, Mr. Haskell?
I doubt it. But we'll see. The important thing now is to find his killer.
Do you feel the police were thorough enough in their investigation, in their questioning of the men aboard that ore car?
Those men all swore they loved Ben. There's nobody can prove otherwise. Even I can't prove otherwise, even to myself.
You say the air gun was a foreign make?
Yes, that any one of them could have got hold of. There's a big foreign population in this area.
So I understand.
But unless the police can find out where it came from, to which of those 6 men it was sold, it's impossible, I'm afraid. And how to explain that shot in the dark that so unerringly found its mark?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of thinking about that. And maybe I've come up with a couple of ideas.
Oh? Well, good. I hope so.
Where are the 6 men?
I told you. Beyond the general suspicion, simply because they were there, the police have had no reason to hold them. You'll find them in the bunkhouse, all of them.
Then maybe I'd better have a talk with them.
Oh, by all means, do. And if you're able to break one of them down...
Let's, wait and see. Yeah, I did have a couple of ideas about that impossible murder. I questioned the men without telling them my real status in the case. But more important, I talked to Ben Oliver's wife. A quiet, gentle little woman. All in all, I felt she was taking the whole thing very well.
Yes. Bertram Haskell was always very good to Ben in his rather domineering way. But why do you ask?
Well, it's good to know what kind of a man I'll be working for, if I take the job.
Just be sure you look out for yourself. That you get full credit for any discoveries you made.
Well, now, that doesn't quite tie in with what you just finished saying about Mr. Haskell, does it?
Ben was so unselfish, self-effacing, so easy to take advantage of. Oh, no, I shouldn't talk that way.
You sound as though you don't quite trust Mr. Haskell.
Please, I didn't mean that at all.
I see. I understand your husband thought there might be uranium in this unlikely spot.
He was sure of it, Mr. Dollar.
He told you so?
I typed out his report to Mr. Haskell.
Oh? Do you remember what he said in it?
Only that he was certain it had great commercial possibilities and that he...
Only that he what, Mrs. Oliver?
No, it isn't nice the way I'm thinking. The way I was thinking then, so let's not talk about it.
Well, look, this job, Mrs. Oliver, do you realize that it might mean a great deal to me? That if there's some reason why I shouldn't take it, well, isn't it only fair that you tell me?
All right. You seem like a nice young man, so I'll tell you this.
Yes?
In the report, I made Ben say that he felt he should share in the uranium profits, the way he was not able to share in the money from the copper he discovered.
I see. Thank you. Your husband had various instruments for detecting uranium, didn't he?
Yes, I'll show them to you.
Oh, good.
They're here in the closet. The things Mr. Haskell was taking down to him the day that he...
Yeah, I see. Geiger counter. And I guess this thing is a scintillator.
Yes.
And this?
Oh, it's some kind of a special light, I think.
Black light?
Yes, that's what he called it.
Sure. And it activates certain...
And here are the shoes he was wearing. A nice warm jacket.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
This black light. This thing is still working. And it is. Look, Mrs. Oliver.
Why, yes. Isn't that strange, the glow it makes on his... What is it?
Oh, Mrs. Oliver, I believe it's the solution to a murder. I borrowed the scintillator, the counter, the lamp, and I put on the jacket he'd worn that day. Put it on underneath my topcoat. I went back to Haskell's home and told him I had a theory about how one of the men aboard that ore car could have aimed so accurately in the darkness of the mine, but that I'd like to check it out down underground. He didn't quite understand what it was all about, but he agreed to go down there with me again. Anything, he said, to help find the killer of his old friend.
Pull the light switch, Dollar?
Yeah, that's right. Put out the lights so everything will be as it was the moment Ben Oliver was shot.
Whatever you say. Let me set down this detecting equipment for a moment.
Sure. Now, off with the lights, huh?
Very well.
Now, look, I'm going to feel my way to the spot where Oliver was working. And it should be right about here.
Well?
I'm taking off my top coat, Mr. Haskell.
Oh? Why?
Because under it, I put on the jacket that Ben was wearing when he was killed.
I see.
Now, in a second or two, I'll turn around so the back of this jacket will be facing you, so that you can see it. See it? How? You'll see the spot in the middle of the back that was dusted with some radioactive material. By you.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, so that you could see it with the help of that black light. And I'm sure you have it in your hand by now. Have you turned it on, Haskell?
Yes, it's on.
And I'm sure you can see the target on the back of this coat. The same as you could see it in the dark the day Ben Oliver was killed. Can't you? Can't you, Haskell?
Yes.
A perfect target for you.
That's right.
All through.
What? No.
Surely you don't think I stayed in that coat over there?
Dollar, listen.
Maybe there was uranium down here, huh? You knew there was. And you knew the only way you could keep all of the profits from it was by getting rid of Ben Oliver.
All right, but listen, Dollar.
Oh,
listen.
drop dead. And maybe you will, Haskell, if you try anything funny on the way back up to the surface.
No.
You see, this gun of mine is still loaded. An almost perfect crime. And he was so sure of it, he'd called me in to back up his story of loyalty to Ben Oliver, so that no one would ever question his taking over the uranium Ben had found. Expense account total, including transportation back home, $131.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Constipation can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset. That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity, gently, overnight.
Now here is our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, Denver, Colorado, and a string of supermarket robberies. And what a racket. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, John Stevenson, and Will Wright. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
Coming next, another tale calculated to keep you in suspense on the CBS Radio Network.
Let's take a walk around the block.
A wonderful idea. An old-fashioned walk, arm in arm with your sweetie. But first, you buy the right car to pick up your best gal. You drive her in style to the right spot for your stroll. Art Neat of Armory Garage says,
drive right to Armory Garage. Armory, the home of tested used cars and 101-time payment plans, has the lowest prices ever right now.
They're Armory's special low winter prices, and Art Neat tells you why.
Frankly, we'd like to sell you a tested used car right now, before the big spring rush. Pick from the largest stock in Armory's history. Drive it now. Enjoy it now with no down payment to pay. You don't start paying till May and take up to 36 months. Well, no wonder everybody says if you can't deal with Armory, you just can't deal. Don't make a date for your old-fashioned walk till you make a date with Armory Garage for a tested used car. Central and Colvin Avenue, Albany.
WROW, Albany, New York.
Johnny Dollar.
Art Engels, International Life and Casualty.
How you doing, Art?
Hey, listen, Johnny, are you free to take something on for us?
Arthur, my boy, as long as a nice, big, wealthy company like yours just can't wait to pay my expense account.
Now, Johnny...
Plus a sizable fee for my superlative services. Okay, what's it all about? Murder, fraud, arson?
No.
Okay, then what?
I don't know.
Oh, you want me, but you don't know what for.
That's right, yeah.
Well, that's a switch.
Actually, Johnny, it's one of our very important clients wants you.
Art, that's not a switch.
He has demanded that you and only you be sent over to see him.
But he hasn't told you why.
That's right.
Uh-oh.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, the last time I took on one of those I don't know why matters, I got slugged, shot at, and thrown off a bridge.
Well, Johnny...
But okay, Art. I'll run on over and see you.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the International Life and Casualty Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the phony phone matter. I don't really go for these vague assignments, but International has always paid off pretty well. So expense account item 1, $1.25 for a taxi over to the office of Art Engels. He was waiting outside the building for me in his car. We took off and headed back across town again. Where to, Art?
Mr. Wendell's office is in the Clay building.
Wendell?
J. Ransom Wendell, the important client I told you about, who wants to see you right away.
But who hasn't told you why he wants to see me?
He hasn't told me.
How important, Art?
Well, he owns and runs the Crown Lithograph operation.
Never heard of it.
When he inherited that plant, it must have been, 40 years ago. It was just a small outfit, not worth more than $400,000 or $500,000.
Oh, you call that small?
And now it's worth millions.
Then Wendell is loaded.
He certainly is, Johnny.
And that means he carries a lot of insurance.
One of our biggest accounts. Life insurance on himself.
How much?
$500,000.
Wow.
Insurance on his wife for the same figure. Policies on his home, his cars, the plant, personnel. Well, I make no bones about it. Even if his calling for you is only to satisfy some sort of a whim, we can't afford to turn him down.
Some sort of a whim?
Yeah.
You mean it could be?
Yeah. Johnny, he's so used to having his own way. You know, because of all his money.
Oh, wait now. Hold everything.
Yeah.
J.R. Wendell. Alimony Wendell?
That is our boy.
Married 5, 6, 7 times?
Add 1.
And always to some delectable dish he picked out of the chorus line of a nightclub on some Broadway show?
That's the one, Johnny. Marries them, finds out all they want is his money, pays them off, then goes ahead and does the same thing all over again.
Oh, brother. But according to the newspaper stories a couple of years ago, he swore he was through with those gold diggers, that he'd never again pay off another one of them.
Mm-hmm. So what happens?
What happens?
9, 10 months ago, he puts a ring on that dancer, Lavon Laverne.
Yikes.
Whereupon she promptly puts a ring in his nose and starts making the usual dent in his bank account.
Oh, now you don't think his wanting to see me has anything to do with his trouble with this Lavon Laverne? Oh, now, Art, I want to...
We'll soon find out, Johnny, because this is his office building.
Wendell's office was huge. The walls were paneled in rich mahogany hung with fine oil paintings. Wall-to-wall carpeting so thick you sank into it almost up to your ankles. Fine antique furniture, including his tremendous desk. And the man himself really fooled me. He must have been, about 60. But instead of a snide, leering old wolf, he was tall, straight as a ramrod, with clear, frank blue eyes. Yeah, the smart alert kind of man you'd expect to head up a multi-million-dollar operation. The kind you wouldn't expect to have fallen for a whole line of cheap chorus girls. But then, of course, you never can tell.
Yes, Mr. Engels, Mr. Dollar. It's my wife, Levon, that I'm concerned about. But since it has nothing whatsoever to do with her insurance at the moment.
Well, now, Mr. Wendell.
Engels, I'm much obliged to you for bringing Dollar to me. If I need you further, I'll let you know.
Well, if I can be of any help in this
No. Dollar and I can handle this alone, so you just run along.
Okay. Whatever you say.
I'll be in touch.
Yeah, so will I, Art.
All right, Johnny. You let me know just...
Goodbye. All right, Dollar.
Well, now, look, if there's no insurance involved...
Oh, there isn't. I hope there won't be. I'm quite sure there won't be. Nonetheless...
You say this concerns your wife?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Well, far be it from me, Mr. Wendell, but I had a notion you were through with marrying all these pretty young girls.
I made some bad mistakes, Dollar. 7 of them, to be exact. Cost me a lot of money, a lot of heartache. Took a lot out of me. Well, let's face it, I pretty much made an old fool of myself. Instead of paying off those girls, those leeches, to get free of them, I should have... I at least profited by the mistakes I made.
What do you mean, sir?
I mean, Levon. Young, beautiful. Maybe she is no mental giant, but she's made me a good, a loving, a devoted wife.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Mr. Wendell. But now what's the problem?
Fear.
Fear?
Yes, Levon's.
But fear of what, sir?
Fear, Mr. Dollar, of being murdered.
Smoking more now, but enjoying it less.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
So good.
Have a Camel cigarette.
So rich.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
So mild.
Have a Camel cigarette.
And here's the reason why.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
You can say that again.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
If you're smoking more these days, but enjoying it less, then change to Camels, the best tasting cigarette of all.
Have a Camel.
Start to really enjoy smoking again. And now the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, wait, Mr. Wendell. Your wife, Levon, she's been threatened with murder?
Threatened? No.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
But, Dollar, she's fearful that someone is going to kill her. It's been going on for several weeks now.
Why?
I don't know. All I know is that she's become terribly upset over this idea, this fear. I've called on you to see if you can determine for me if there are grounds for all this apprehension.
What if she hasn't received any direct threats?
She hasn't, at least none that I know of. Well, she says that she hasn't.
Well, now, look,
Something
wait.
has gotten her into this unfortunate state of mind. I don't know what it is. But I hope you can find out for me.
Hey, you sure you shouldn't have called in a psychiatrist?
Have one of those stupid, money-grubbing head shrinkers ask her a lot of silly questions?
Oh, now, wait. Some of them are pretty good. Can do a lot of good in a situation like this.
Dollar. Because I know, Levon. I know what her reaction would be. She's nervous and upset enough about these fears as it is. But you, posing as an old friend, as our guest there at the lodge.
Your lodge, Mr. Wendell?
Yes, over on the Peekabuck River above Farmington. It's a little place we keep as a sort of retreat, a place to get away from it all.
I see.
When I left the house here in town a few minutes ago, I told Levon we'd meet her there for lunch and start the weekend a little early.
We, huh?
I told her you're an old friend. Come east for a bit of a vacation.
Oh, from where?
Los Angeles, Hollywood.
Oh.
You are familiar with the West Coast, I hope.
Oh, enough to talk about it intelligently.
Good. Well, then why don't we leave right away?
Mr. Wendell...
We'll stop at your apartment so you can pick up some clothes, then we'll head on up to the lodge. Excuse me.
But now look here,
yes,
sir, I'm...
Mr. Wendell?
Miss Barker, have my car brought around, please.
Yes, sir.
I'll be gone until Monday.
Have a pleasant weekend, Mr. Wendell.
Thank you. Well?
Well, I still don't quite understand what you expect me to do up there at your lodge.
Dollar, I have known about you for years. I have great respect for your talents. Not only as a crime investigator, but because of your ability to deal with people. Get very close to them.
Ah. People like your charming and beautiful wife, Mr. Wendell? Oh, no.
I'm very serious, Dollar. You have a knack of inspiring confidence, of getting things out of people that... Well, you see, I follow the reports of your cases on the radio very closely.
Yeah, well...
I'm convinced that you can be of more help than any psychiatrist could possibly.
And also, and let's be frank about this.
Yes?
That is, if your wife's fears are justified.
Well?
You also think I might be handy to have around as a bodyguard, right?
Yes, Dollar, that's right.
We drove over to my place and I packed a couple of bags. I also picked up the old faithful 38 caliber limit squeezer. We drove east on Route 4 to Farmington, and then north along the western side of the Peekabuck River, and finally east again on a private road. Meantime, as we drove along, I questioned Mr. Wendell further.
No, Dollar, I can think of no one who might want to harm her, of whom she ought to be worried or afraid.
Well, there must be some basis for this fear of hers.
Of course, before I met Levon and married her, when she was dancing in nightclubs, I'm afraid not always the better ones.
Well, a lot of those joints are run by racketeers.
Yes. Her contacts in those days were not always with the best of people.
Something to work on, isn't it?
Oh, but now here we are. You like my little place?
Oh, you call this little?
We like it because it doesn't require any servants, and we can...
What's the matter?
Well, nothing. Only it's well after noon, and I don't see Levon's car anywhere.
Well, maybe she's been here and left to do some shopping or something.
Come along, Dollar. Let's go in and see.
Well, I suppose 10 rooms is rather small to a man like Mr. Wendell. But I didn't have much chance to look around because of his concern over his wife. He went through the motions of pouring a couple of drinks.
I just don't understand this, Dollar. It's almost 1 o'clock. She's always on time. Will you excuse me? I'm going to see if something's held her up at home. Oh, Levon. I'm just silly, I suppose, but I'm here at the lodge with Mr. Dollar, and I was beginning to get worried about you. Why, you weren't here when we... Visitor? Anybody I know? Vonnie, you sound worried about something. What is it, dear? Vonnie? Vonnie? Hello? Hello? Hello?
What's wrong, Mr.
Vonnie, that sound I heard, what was it? Hello? Hello? Vonnie, what is it? What?
All right, now, Mr. Wendell, what happened?
I don't know, Mr. Dollar. She gave a strange kind of a gasp.
Yeah.
I believe she dropped the telephone. There was a thump, a heavy thump.
Okay. Operator, give me police headquarters in Hartford. Make it homicide.
We'll continue with yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in exactly 30 seconds. A signature can reveal a great deal. Take, for instance, one that you hear every day, the highly respected signature CBS News. That's the name that stands behind every news broadcast heard over this network. It's your assurance that you're hearing the very latest news, and that you're hearing it reported with scrupulous accuracy. Remember that. CBS News. The first word in swiftness, the last word in accuracy. You can depend on it. Fight cancer with a checkup and a check. Today's reminder from the CBS Radio Network. Now, back to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the phony phone matter.
By the time we got back to Wendell's home in Hartford, the police were there, Lieutenant Billy Walker in charge. The body of Levon Wendell lay sprawled on the floor next to a sofa. The telephone had fallen to the floor beside her. One of Walker's men was dusting it for prints. Another, obviously the medic, had removed a rather gruesome-looking knife from the middle of her back. Wendell had slumped into a chair, and he sat there staring as though he couldn't quite believe it. His face was white, and he kept clenching and unclenching his hands with such force I was sure his palms were bleeding. The only sound he made was an occasional half-smothered sob.
Must have killed her instantly, Dollar. Doc here says the knife went clear through into her heart.
Yeah. Think you can trace that knife, Lieutenant?
Oh, I don't have to. Came from that collection up there over the fireplace. Johnny, that could indicate it was done by somebody she knew that she let in here.
You mean somebody who came unprepared to kill her?
Right. Oh, the back door was left ajar, by the way.
Any servants in this place?
We're way ahead of you.
What?
Well, to begin with, they're an old couple. Neither one of them could have had the strength to do this.
Oh, where are they?
They were given the weekend off.
How do you know that?
One of the boys who knows them saw them at the station early this morning.
Oh.
Said they were heading down to New York to see some relatives.
Yes, we let them go, Lieutenant, because we planned to be up in the country for the weekend.
Okay, Mr. Wendell.
Only we hadn't. If only there'd been someone here when whoever did this.
Easy now, sir.
A visitor, she said. She told me over the phone it was a visitor.
Yeah,
if only she'd
I
been
heard
able
you
to
say
tell
that.
me who it was before. Dollar, you gotta find him. You gotta find this killer.
Don't worry, Mr. Wendell. We'll do everything we
Spare no
possibly...
expense. I'll do anything. I'll give you anything you want, but you must find him.
Yeah, your attorney, Mr. Wendell.
Dollar, I don't care what it costs or what you have to do. My attorney?
You'll have to be notified of this immediately. Who is he?
Oh, Spidle. Harold Old Spidle. I'll take care of it as soon as I can pull myself together.
Now, look, you can't be of any help at the moment, so why don't you just sit down and, better still pour yourself a drink.
A drink?
Yeah, do you good. Go ahead.
Yes, perhaps you're right. Perhaps that...
Lieutenant.
Oh, wait a second, Johnny. You sure of that, Mac? Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Sure of what?
Johnny, the only prints on that phone are hers. You'd think in a household like this, unless somebody wiped them off just in case.
Of course, Lieutenant. Look, I'll see you later.
What?
I borrowed Mr. Wendell's car without bothering to ask him for it. I drove to the office of lawyer Spidell, all on a big fat hunch. And I thought he might be able to help me with a better understanding of the whole Wendell setup. You know something? I don't think he'll ever know how much he did help me.
Well, as long as you were there with him at the lodge and heard the phone conversation with her.
Why, yes.
Of course, it's too bad, Levon, going like this, but, Dollar, I can't say I'm at all surprised. And, by the way of being cold-blooded about it, well, it saves Wendell the trouble and expense of another divorce, more alimony.
Yeah.
Dollar, he is one of the most clever, the most ruthless businessmen I've ever known. Yet these girls, one after another, have been able to take him for so much.
And you don't think this one would have lasted? Huh?
I'm certain of it.
But I thought he and Levon were getting along pretty well.
Oh, I suppose he may have thought so. I don't see why, though.
Oh, what do you mean?
Some of the others were pretty expensive while he was married to them. They all were afterward, but none of them compared with Levon. Did you ever see one of her lavish nightclub parties?
No.
Why, the other night, last Tuesday, I just happened to be in the Purple Cat over in... Now, mind you, I'm not a nightclub habitué.
Mr. Spidell, I think I'd better be going.
Oh? But I thought perhaps I could be of help to you.
Oh, you've been plenty of help.
After all, I know the names of many of the gangsters with whom this girl was formerly associated.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Any one of whom might be a possible suspect.
More so than Mr. Wendell himself?
Wendell himself?
Think that over.
But you were with him there at the lodge. You heard him talking to her on the phone when it happened.
That's so?
Of course. You yourself are his perfect alibi.
Am I? Yeah. That telephone conversation. So item 2 on the expense account is 10 cents for a phone call to my favorite gal friend, Betty Lewis. As I expected, she was willing to go along with a little stunt I had in mind that might blow this whole murder case wide open. By the time I got back to Wendell's home, the police and his wife's body were gone. And he'd calmed down all right. There were several empty glasses at his elbow.
You were right, Dollar. I've pulled myself together enough to realize that what's happened has happened. Oh, I forgot to call my attorney, as you suggested. I'll do it right away.
No. Wait, I want to talk to you.
Yes?
Besides, I'm expecting a call myself on that phone.
Oh, you made some progress?
Yeah, quite a bit, I think.
Well, good.
I understand that as a businessman, you're pretty ruthless. Doesn't sound nervous upset to me.
What?
And
what
you know, that phone conversation there at your lodge was pretty smart.
Will you please start making sense,
Oh,
Dollar?
I was pretty dumb. I should have realized you couldn't have dialed this number from up here.
Just a minute.
Sorry, I want to get this call.
Dollar!
Hello?
Hi, hon. This is Betty.
Yeah, this is Johnny Dollar.
Oh, then it is for you.
Now, do I gotta hang up and leave you with an empty line the way you said I should?
Yes.
Oh, gee.
Yes.
Okay. Bye, sweet.
Yes, I'm alone here. What? I'll give you 500 if your info is accurate.
What is it, Mr. Dollar?
No, 500 is the limit. Unless you're willing to appear and testify in court. Okay, then it's 1,000. Come on over here and I'll give it to you. If you can give me enough facts right now to prove you were here.
What goes on there, Dollar?
Oh, you actually saw him, huh? Through which window? Yeah? Side of the room? Yeah, I can see it from here.
Who are you talking
And
to?
you actually saw him take the knife from his collection over the... Yeah? Yeah. Then he what? The back door? Yeah, I got it. His own car, huh? Well, sure, to his office in time to meet me there.
Hang up that phone, Dollar.
Excuse me, I've...
Hang it up.
Yeah, sure.
So somebody saw me. Somebody saw me, killer. But when that informer comes here to collect the money you promised
Mr. Wendell.
Dollar, he's going to get exactly what you're going to get. A bullet in the head. You see this gun?
Well, now, Mr. Wendell, my name isn't Matt Dillon.
What?
But if you think you can outdraw me... Wow. Well, I hope Wendell never finds out that my phone conversation with a mythical informer was just as phony as his. His talk with his wife after he'd killed her. Had left her there at the telephone at his home. Had set me up for an alibi at the lodge. But then what's the difference where he's going? Expense account total? $1.35. Oh, let's talk about the fee on this one. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Constipation can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset. That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity, gently, overnight.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, one of my ever-loving gals comes into the case. And believe me, things get complicated. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Harry Bartell, Marvin Miller, Dick Crenna, and Lou Merrill. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking. Suspense, next on the CBS Radio Network.
Radio 59, WROW, first on the dial, serving Albany, Tri, and Schenectady.